Hello everybody, welcome back to Rain and Pours. I am Mitch and today I am doing part 5 of my Take 2 Redo series. So I've just filmed episode 4 and we did a blue, orange and gold color palette. This time I'm going to swap out the Burnt Sierra that was in my last palette for Persephone and Majesty. We're going to go for purples this time. And you'll see how just changing a couple of the colors can really give the whole piece a different look and feel. So I'm going to get rid of Burnt Sierra and Latte, and I'm going to replace them with Majesty and Persephone. So another two of the new release colors from This Little Piggy. Here we go. So the color palette for today is Matisse Payne's Grey, Try Art Phthalo Turquoise. I'm still deciding whether I include this or not. We have Wild Atlantic, Billabong, Persephone, Ball Gown, Majesty, and Brulee. So we're going to do another swipe, I think, or we may try a bloom in the middle and blow it out with a hairdryer. I haven't done that for a little while, and this piece is big enough that I could do that. So let's give it a go. Just get my hairdryer ready. Let's do a hairdryer bloom. I haven't done one for a very long time. So all of these colors are shimmery, sparkly, wonderful, and we're going to bloom in the middle. Now, because we're blooming, but we're on a rectangular piece, we do need to make sure that there is enough paint to cover the whole piece. So we'll bloom with a pillow in the middle, but then we do need to extend it all the way to the edges. So if I'm doing a rectangular piece, I will always form a rectangular pillow for everything to blow out on. But we want to make sure that the paint is concentrated in the center where the bloom is going to be. There we go, might as well use it up. So we've got lots for the paint to slide around on. This was a brand new bucket of paint that I've already gone through today. When the artistic mood takes me, it takes me. So the reason I'm doing this series, if you haven't seen the first couple of videos, is because I have lots of canvases that have been sitting in my storage room, not being used, not being looked at, not being touched, just because I haven't sold them, I haven't been happy with them, wanted to redo them, so I'm doing an entire series to redo them. So we are doing blues and purples. So let's start with Matisse Payne's Grey in the middle. Now, Payne's Grey is a very interesting color because depending on which brand you get, it could be more blue, it could be more grey. And there's a reason it's not called Payne's Blue. So then we're going to do Persephone, and I'm doing that directly on top of the Payne's Grey, and then I'm going to add more on top. Then I want to put Brulee next. This is Interference Orange or Copper. Then I'm going to do Wild Atlantic. Then I think I want, maybe not Ball Gown. Then I want the Phthalo Turquoise, very, very minimal amount of Phthalo Turquoise, because it can take over very quickly. Then Majesty, I think I want the color on top to be Billabong. Yes, Majesty here is going to look great because it's got that interference gold shift, and so does Ball Gown. So these will play very nicely together. And it's a different interference shift. So if you think putting them together is silly, it's a different color shift from the Ball Gown to Majesty. Now I want to put more Persephone on top. Plenty of that. I want it to be the star of the show. More Billabong. Or, well, putting Billabong on because it's the first time it's been on there in this layering. And there's nothing to say you can't layer pigments twice in the same bloom. Gives you a much more layered, deep effect. And then more of the Payne's Grey to top, because you should always finish with a tube underneath your cell activator, although it's not a hard and fast rule. Now let's go with our cell activator, and you have to have your hairdryer ready to go. And this hairdryer happens to be very, very powerful, so I'm going to be careful when I come in with this, otherwise I may end up blowing everything off the table. So we're going to put down our cell activator, get rid of the bubble. Alrighty, you ready? Okay, hairdryer, very, very powerful. Now I'm going to go in with my mini blower and just blow out any areas that may need it. Okay, let's let that sit for a second. Ooh, lots and lots of paint on here. Maybe too much, but let's see where this takes us. So we're going to spin very gently because there is so much paint. I feel like we are going to get some cells warped. But that's going to be part of the process with this because it is such a big bloom. Okay, you may just have to go for it because the paint is unevenly distributed. So let's walk it down, going left to right, making sure that nothing is stuck. Okay, and then we're going to walk it back. So you can see this middle bit here, it warped, but I actually quite like that movement that it now has. So the issue with this piece is that I have two separately moving bodies of paint, and you can't control one without affecting the other. So we're just going to spin it and see what it gives us. I've already got plenty of paint covering the corners and the edges, which is awesome. I'm going to pick up some of this and apply it up here because there's none going up here. What we may need to do is shift the painting off center. Okay, I actually quite like it. It's looking really good. So let's move it this way a little bit. Actually, I should be able to kill two birds with one stone if I shift it down here and just very gently spin this way first. Whoop. Shift the whole thing that way. And now let's try shifting this way. Yes, that's getting it there. So this corner is now covered, and now we want to do the same thing, but on this side. So let's bring it around. Let's push it up that way. And bring it down like this, and give it a spin. Just needs a little bit more force to get the paint there because we are spinning quite a bit off. And now, where are we? That area is covered too. Fantastic. All the sides and edges are covered. So let's check our middle to see how we are going. So the middle doesn't look like it's got too much paint left, which is fantastic. We've moved most of the paint weight off the edges, so let's continue spinning. Make sure we've got enough off. Now, I'm wondering if this center bit can use a schmooze, but I don't think I want to. I think I want to leave it because if I alter it in any way, it's going to look altered. So let's just give it one big spin. Now I just want to get that little finger of paint off the edge. There we go. That is what I wanted. Looks pretty damn cool. I'm very happy with this. Now, I didn't smooth the edges around before, so I can see that there is a ring of paint, but this is looking pretty awesome. I'm quite happy with this. So you can see the different colors showing up on the macro camera, on my little camera up on the top there. Looks pretty awesome. And as it spins, you can see that there is a difference in the top down camera compared to the bottom because of those interference colors. So I'm going to get this off my spinner. We'll put this aside, and that will be, what's this, episode 5, 6 of the Take 2 Redo series. Much better than what was underneath. Much happier with this, and it almost looks like an oil slick in this top corner here. Hopefully you'll see it much better when it's dry and has a coat of varnish or resin on it, but I think this looks fantastic. I'm going to put this aside to dry. If you like what I'm doing here, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.